你要拿我的是吧？我现在还有2台房子
Okay, we're here. I'm just kidding. At this point, I just want to point out the head wall. And the head wall is just off to our left-hand side over here. It kind of looks like a frozen waterfall. And what that is that's the point where the Columbia ice fields flows into the Athabasca Glacier. So we're going to be heading mostly forward, not be able to see it. So I just want to point that out there now so you guys know what we're looking at when we get to the turnaround point. But let's get going. Okay, that's what I was doing there when we kind of went forward and then I had to go backwards a little bit. I just wanted to get my transmission lock up on. It wasn't getting on there for me. We got it on there now. But we're coming down this hill here, and it is a very, very steep hill. It's the steepest passenger carrying hill in North America. So I get scared every once in a while. So if you are, just do as I do and close your eyes. I'm just kidding. But the transmission lockup, what it is it slows down the revolutions of the motor, allowing us to drive down this hill. I'm actually accelerating right now. It slows down the revolutions of the motor so we can drive down this hill completely in control, needing no brake at all. I'm accelerating down the hill. But as we're coming down, I'm going to talk a little bit about the machine that we're in because these machines are quite impressive. And this is a Ice Explorer made by Foremost Incorporated out of Calgary, Canada. They are a 6-wheel machine. They can be converted from 6-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive. They're designed especially for hills like this and driving out onto the glacier. There are 23 of them in the world. Brewster Tours owns 22 of them. And the only other one is owned by the U.S. government, and they use it out in Antarctic to shuttle scientists from the airports to the science centers. So I'd have to say this is probably the coolest shuttle bus I've ever seen. But as I said, Brewster owns 22. We have 19 who are operating, 3 of them on display. 9 of them are wheelchair accessible. Therefore, this makes us the only spot where anybody that is confined to a wheelchair can still come in on the ice surface and enjoy this tour for themselves as well. They are a 210 to 250 horsepower machine. They have a Detroit diesel engine. And as I said, they do have 6 tires. They are 66 inches apiece. They are filled with about 15 to 20 psi. And the reason for them being filled for that psi is because for maximum traction and comfort for yourselves. Because if we had them filled right up to the top there, we'd be bouncing all around and it wouldn't be a very comfortable drive. But as we're stopped here, we can look to our, oh, we can't really see it that well, but you can look just back to your right-hand side a little bit. See that old snowblower there? Some people think this is just a display, but we actually still use this. It's a 1952 Siccar snowblower we bought from the Mirabel Airport in Montreal. And we actually still had to use it at the start of this year because at the start of our season, we still do get substantial snowfalls. And one day this year, we had to be closed for a day and a half because there was so much snow. We couldn't open the shovel road that you folks came up there on because it was just our shovel buses wouldn't come up the road. So we do get snow here all year round. Snow does stay here all year round. But as we're coming down, we did get some snow here last night, about 6 inches. I don't know where everyone's coming from, but I heard there was some snow in Lake Louise and Jasper as well. But it's just a gorgeous Canadian day. Yesterday we had a whiteout up here. You couldn't see anything, so it wasn't a very nice day. You folks actually got in luck today. We can actually see the mountains and some of the stuff around us. Yesterday I was just talking to them about it, and I couldn't really show them what it was because we couldn't see anything except white. But we're coming down to the bottom here, and we're going to be going through this small puddle of water. And this puddle of water we actually do block off here, so we can have this puddle of water. We call this the tire wash. We're very original around here. This is actually what we're doing is washing off the tires. We come through here slowly, so we can get the tires all nice and clean. Because not only do we want the tires nice and clean for you folks to have better pictures out on the glacier, but we also want the tires nice and clean because all that dirt and dust and debris on our tires absorbs heat. And us tracking this heat onto the glacier would aid it in the melt process, and really that's not what we want to do at all. So we wash our tires off all there, and now we're headed up the hill. But I'm going to direct everyone's attention to this large wall of rock on our left-hand side. And your Ice Explorer mentioned it, or your shuttle bus driver mentioned it. This is the lateral moraine. And lateral moraine stands for lateral side, moraine, pile or ridge of rock and debris. And that's exactly what it is. Back in 1843, I'm sure that your driver told you that the toe of the glacier was back near the Icefield Center where we picked you up. Well, back when it was that far, it was also to the top of this lateral moraine. So just you can see how much over in the hundreds of years it's dropped down that much. But what happened was the glacier, the Athabasca Glacier, was flowing out of the Columbia ice fields and flowing down the valley here. And as it was being pulled down by gravity, it was carving itself through the sides of the mountains, breaking off a lot of rock and gravel and debris, and it was just pushing it to the sides of the glacier. It piled it up there, and it's left it there for hundreds of years. You can see where there's been some weak spots in the lateral moraine, and when we do get a lot of meltage, that the water finds the weak spots in the rock and carves its way down as well. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the Columbia Icefield itself. And the Columbia Icefield is the largest body of ice in the Canadian Rockies. It's about 325 square kilometers. That's about the same size as 95 Central Parks in New York City.